Olivia Reiner here for Packers News, joined by Jim Owczarski, and we are previewing the defensive lineman of the 2019 NFL Draft today. Jim, the defensive line was a position last season that faced a lot of injury. Kenny Clark, Mike Daniels, even Muhammad Wilkerson, all the starters, really, all battled some sort of injury at some point during the season. Forced a lot of the younger guys to step up, like Tyler Lancaster, Montravius Adams, Dean Lowry. Given the state of the defensive line last season, what holes are there to fill this upcoming season in the draft?
Right. I think all of the players you mentioned, I'll even toss in a Fadol Brown, a late waiver pickup from Oakland. If anything, it proved to Mike Pettin and Brian Gutekunst, look, you've got some guys who can play. If you don't need to worry about them, but what you didn't see, I guess, was the sacks, the forced fumbles, sort of the splash plays once the combination of Clark and Daniels went away. So I think if you're Brian Gutekunst, what you're looking for in this draft is that type of interior lineman, who can pair with Kenny Clark and Mike Daniels or rotate in for those guys, and you're not losing that pass rush, you're not losing that sort of, disruption on a consistent basis. So I think, especially Mike Daniels, we'll go there in his contract year at age 30. How does the team feel about him going forward? He's played a lot of football. Where is he? Do you think he's an extension candidate, or do you feel like, hey, let's get another guy who can replace him down the line? Because I do think Kenny Clark, extending him, for the immediate future is definitely a priority. But I would say if there's a hole, it would be adding that real disruptive player to pair with those two in 2019.
So where might that guy be found in the draft? Is he in the earlier rounds, or do you think there's some talent there later on?
Yeah, it's interesting. This draft, to me, is playmaker heavy, if you will, on the defensive side. Now, some of those guys are edge rushers. They would be more 4-3 D linemen or, perhaps an outside linebacker. But for this class, there's a Dexter Lawrence from Clemson, his teammate Christian Wilkins from Clemson. A guy like a Jeffrey Simmons from Mississippi State tore his ACL, mild character concerns. He could tumble down to 30 if the Packers stay there. So I think, the free agency splashes Brian Gutekunst made, at edge, at safety, allows him that flexibility to, at 12, is that interior guy the best player available? We can pick him. Or even at 30, or that first pick in the second round. I think, especially because they don't need that starter right away at that spot. If they say, wow, there's a guy that can grow into this in 2020. But I do think it has to be early. Pass rushers usually, you want to find that guy, especially, look, again, all the guys you mentioned, either undrafted free agents or mid-round picks if you're or third-round Montravius Adams. I think if you want that guy, Kenny Clark was a first-rounder. You want that guy, you got to kind of go early to get him.
All right, guys, what do you think? Do you agree with Jim? Do you think we got to look in the Packers have to look in the earlier rounds, or is it going to come later? Let us know. Tweet us, Instagram, DM us. Let us know your thoughts. Follow us on all of our social media channels. Of course, check back. PackersNews.com. We'll have more draft previews over there for you as well. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.